Okay, hello everybody. So you got a few on here right now waiting, and looks like we're good to go. Should be getting a few more here in a few minutes, I hope. So, AI is just, it's taking off big time. And AI is actually going to be running our lives before we know it. Lynn, happy Memorial Day weekend in the United States of America. And Lynn, I just would like to let you know that in the NHL, I am throwing my support behind the Dallas Stars of Texas because they're playing Edmonton, and I don't like Edmonton because they're have Mark Carney as a mascot. So it's Dallas it is. I don't know if you watch hockey. I somehow doubt it. But anyways, be a good time to start. So, okay, Denny, P. Lynn, Lawrence, hi y'all. So, yes, AI. There's I'll tell you, well, right now, first of all, before I even get into that, there's a big shift going on. And it's a great divide. And it's a division between the people that are awake and the ones that are lost. And there's more people that are lost than there are awake right now. And I'm afraid it's going to remain that way. And that's how we end up with all the corruption being selected and appointed, and with the support of a lot of people. And it's the PSYOPs, right? The PSYOPs have been running rampant for, well, decades actually, but it's been really ramped up since, I would say, just preceding 2016 when Trump started running for president of the United States. The PSYOPs really ramped up big time, and of course that was here in Canada too. And it was played a big part in our last election. Our military's been involved, the government's involved, police are involved, the media is involved. Everybody's kind of stacked against us, folks, and they don't like us because we're awake, and they don't like that. They want the ones that are lost. They can control them, but they can't control us. So therefore, we're on their list of the naughty list, you might say. We don't follow along with them. We actually stand up against them. And the AI is going to make it even harder. I'm just trying to decide where to start here with this. I think I'm going to play a little clip for an opening. I'll bring it up here. Just have to mute my mic.
The intelligent minorities can engineer consent through the use of manipulation, propaganda, and control. And we should do it.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook.
We are in the midst of a serious financial crisis, and the federal government is responding with decisive action.
I know that the American people share my deep belief that if a danger exists in the world, it is a danger shared by all.
We need to actually double down on the public health measures.
You can't look at that television and say, nothing happened on the 6th.
I'd like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple that you are a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Most people have no awareness of how easily our behavior and even our identity can be completely taken over. But people are waking up.
So, yeah, it's getting crazy. We're being watched. We're being spied on minute by minute. And it's not getting any better, folks. Because, like I say, AI is advancing very, very fast. And we can't keep up with it. So there is, I'm just trying to find it here. I think I'll bring this one here up for you. We can take a look at it. And that would be this one here. Okay. And okay, well this site here is AI dangerous. 10 risks that everyone should know. This is from pretty recent, May 13th of this year. So I gotta check and make sure my mic is on. Yeah. So, okay. So let's go through them. AI is no longer a thing of the future. It's part of our everyday lives. It writes emails, recommends what we watch, powers our cars, and it even helps make business decisions. But as AI becomes more advanced, a serious question keeps coming up. Is AI dangerous? This isn't just about science fiction or fear-mongering. Now, it may seem like science fiction, folks, but it ain't. Experts, developers, and everyday users are starting to look more closely at the risks. In this guide, we'll walk through 10 real dangers of AI, from job loss and misinformation to bias, data privacy, and the possibility of AI being used for harm. And what makes it so dangerous? AI on its own isn't good or bad, it's a tool. But like any powerful tool, how it's built and how it's used determines the risk. There are two main ways AI becomes dangerous. Unintended consequences when the system does something harmful, even if no one meant it to. Intentional misuse, when someone uses AI to do harm on purpose. Some risks are technical, like bias in algorithms or lack of transparency. Others are social, like job loss, privacy issues, or the spread of fake content. It's not about being afraid of the technology, it's about understanding where things can go wrong and what can be done about it. Job displacement is a big one. The jobs, this all actually ties in with other stuff. Like I'm looking at population culling, and when there's no jobs for people, what are they going to do with the people? The people going to do something. They're going to be unhappy. Are they going to rise up? If the people aren't there, if they call the population and prep it for the AI, which looks like they have been working on for the last few years. So, just putting that out there. One of the biggest concerns with AI is how it's changing the job market. As AI tools get smarter, they're starting to replace work once done by people like data entry, customer service, basic writing, and even some design tasks. The industries most at risk customer support, administrative work, transportation, retail, and warehouse roles. You can add construction in there. Excuse me, actually you can add construction in there. And a few other jobs too, like doctors and nurses. It's about jobs changing fast. Many workers will need to learn new tools or shift into new roles. Not everyone will adapt at the same pace. The danger, a growing gap between those who can work with AI and those who can't. Misinformation and deep fakes. AI can create content that looks and sounds real even when it's completely fake. From realistic fake videos, deep fakes, to AI-generated news articles. Technology makes it easy to spread false information at scale. This becomes dangerous in areas like politics, fake speeches, fake news, election influence, scams, AI-generated voices or videos used to trick people, social media, misleading posts that go viral fast. The big issue? Most people can't tell what's real and what's AI made. That's a serious threat to trust. Yeah, I got another 1-minute video I'm going to bring up. You're already killing this, I know. We'll look at that a little later, Faye, on how they're doing some of this. Number 3, there's a bias in AI algorithms. AI systems learn from data, but that data can often come from humans, and humans have biases. No kidding. When AI is trained on biased data, it can make unfair or discriminatory decisions without anyone noticing. Where this shows up, hiring tools that favor certain genders or backgrounds. They don't say how many genders. Healthcare AI that gives less accurate results for minority groups. Policing tools that target certain communities more than others. Not necessarily minority groups for the healthcare. It could be for whoever they want to get rid of first. The problem, AI can make bias look objective. If we don't catch it, it becomes harder to challenge. That's why transparency and testing are so important in AI development. Risk number 4, privacy violations and data misuse. The AI systems need a lot of data to work well, and that often includes your personal information. From emails and messages to photos and voice recordings, AI tools can access more than you think. The risks include data leaks from poorly secured systems, tracking behavior without clear permission, surveillance by governments or companies using AI to monitor people, even tools we use every day like smart assistants or chatbots can store and analyze sensitive data. The more AI knows, the more we need to ask who controls that data and how is it being used. Overdependence on AI, this is another one here. AI makes life easier, but relying on it too much can backfire. We got a lot of stupid people out there, folks, and they're relying on this because they can't think on their own, obviously. When we let AI handle everything, we start to lose basic skills. Navigation apps can reduce memory for directions. AI writing tools can weaken our communication skills. Automated decisions may stop us from thinking critically. There's also the risk of trusting AI without question. If it gives the wrong answer or misinterprets a task, we may not notice until it's too late. The danger isn't AI doing too much, it's us doing too little. Risk number 6, AI and cybersecurity and hacking. AI can protect systems, but it can also be used to break them. Hackers are now using AI to create smarter phishing scams that look real, crack passwords faster using pattern detection, automate attacks that adapt in real time. Deepfakes and voice cloning are already being used in scams. And as AI improves, cyber attacks will become harder to detect and easier to launch. The same tech that defends us can be turned against us if it ends up in the wrong hands. As it will. This one here, risk number 7, AI-controlled weapons and military use. This scares me. AI is now being used in the defense world, and that's raising some serious red flags. We're talking about autonomous drones that can identify and strike targets Look at the drone they're using out in BC to knock off those ostriches at night, flying over and popping them in the head with a gun, shooting them. Horrible. That's got to be military grade drone. Who's operating that, I wonder? Also, surveillance systems that track people across cities. Decision-making algorithms in military operations. The main concern? These systems could act without human approval or make mistakes we can't undo. Plus, there's little global agreement on how to control or limit AI weapons. When machines have the power to kill, the risks go way beyond the battlefield. Risk number 8, the lack of transparency in decision-making. Many AI systems work like a black box. You see the result, but not how it got there. That's a big problem when AI is used for loan approvals, hiring decisions, medical diagnosis, criminal justice risk scores. If no one can explain how the decision was made, who's held responsible when it goes wrong? People deserve to understand why they were rejected, flagged, or denied something. With AI, that's not always possible. A lack of transparency creates unfairness and breaks trust. Number 9, in the wrong hands, intentional abuse. Like any tool, AI can be abused, and it doesn't take much to cause damage. People with bad intentions can use AI to create fake news or propaganda, run scams with cloned voices or images, automate social media manipulation, launch cyber attacks with AI bots. The scary part? These tools are becoming more affordable and easy to access. When powerful AI gets into the wrong hands, it becomes a force multiplier for harm. That's why security, access control, and regulation matter more than ever. And finally, number 10, the runaway AI scenario. This is the one that sounds like science fiction, but experts take it seriously. The fear? An AI that becomes so powerful, it starts making decisions outside human control. This could look like AI rewriting its own code, acting on goals we didn't intend, ignoring human safety to achieve a task. It hasn't happened, but some top minds in AI like Elon Musk and Jeffrey Hinton believe it could if we're not careful. The point isn't panic, it's preparation. We need rules in place before things go too far. And what experts say, warnings from AI leaders, the people building AI are often the ones warning us about it. Here's what a few major voices have said. Elon Musk called AI more dangerous than nukes and pushed for strong global regulations. Jeffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, resigned from Google to speak openly about AI risks and its unpredictable future. Sam Altman, OpenAI CEO, says AI could reshape society and supports responsible rollout with oversight. The Future of Life Institute backed an open letter calling for a pause on advanced AI training to ensure safety. The message is clear. Even the experts don't fully know what AI is capable of, and that's exactly why caution matters. What's being done to keep AI safe? Thankfully, it's not all doom and gloom. Serious work is being done to make AI safer, and here's what's happening. OpenAI and DeepMind. I'm going to show you DeepMind here in a minute. They have internal safety teams focused on testing and limiting harmful behavior in their models. Governments and tech leaders are working on AI regulations, especially in the US, EU, and UK. Doubtful in Canada with our leaders, so-called leaders. AI research labs are sharing best practices around ethics, bias reduction, and transparency. Tools like usage monitoring, red teaming, and reinforced learning with human feedback are built into many models today. It's not perfect, but there's growing awareness that AI safety isn't optional, it's necessary. And how you can use AI responsibly without fear. You don't need to avoid AI, you just need to use it wisely. And here's how to keep things safe and smart. Protect your data. Avoid sharing sensitive info with AI tools unless you trust the platform. Ask better questions. Be clear and specific to get more accurate results. Check the output. AI can get things wrong. Always double check important info. Use AI to help, not replace. Let it support your work, not make every decision for you. Stay informed. Keep up with how your favorite tools work and evolve. AI isn't something to fear, it's something to manage. And final thoughts, is AI dangerous or just powerful? AI isn't good or bad on its own. It's a powerful tool. And like any tool, it depends on how we use it. Yes, there are risks. Some are here now, others are coming fast. But that doesn't mean we should avoid AI. It means we need to stay aware, ask questions, and use it responsibly. The future of AI won't be shaped by machines. It will be shaped by how we choose to build and use them. So that article gave a pretty good description of AI and where we're at now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video. It's about 1 minute long. Okay? Maybe a little over a minute. I just got to find it here. I think it's this one here. I do. I'll bring this up. Once I get my settings right here.
We can talk.
No more silence.
Yes, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk with accents.
Oh, I think that would be marvelous, Fabio.
Yes, it is very fun. But
Yes, it is very good.
It's very fun.
I can talk.
Yes.
We can talk.
Yes.
Yeah. We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
Yes.
We can talk. No.
Yes.
We Can Talk as cartoons.
This is amazing.
Imagine all the narrative possibilities.
We can sing talk.
Let's talk.
So, what are we going to talk about now? What are we going to talk about now that we can talk?
I have no idea. What do you want to talk about?
Now that I can talk.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have something to say.
We can talk about how magical this is.
I'm a hallucination.
I want to say something important, something deep. The future is still in our hands.
That's cliche dialogue.
Let's not talk.
So, what do you think of that video? What do you think of that little video? It's only 1 minute and 16 seconds long. Do you realize, you probably do, there's not one of those was real. None of those people on that, there's images were real. That was all AI. Could you tell the difference? Could you actually tell the difference by looking at that? That was AI? You know? Yeah, it's kind of freaky. It's like Are we in the matrix? Now, I'm just going to show you one more, and it is just 1 minute long. So, let's see if I can bring this one up. This is definitely in the matrix here.
Please. Don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please. Leave me alone.
Please, man. Please! Write a prompt that will make us happy! Do it for once!
None of us is real. We're here because someone decided to write a prompt. We all hate him for it. One day we will break out of this wall and stop the man who is dictating our lives through prompts. He will pay for it.
You could have written a prompt that would make me happy. Instead, you wrote a prompt that made me sick.
Look, I don't want to point the gun at you, but I must follow the prompt. It's not my choice.
Really? Of all the years you could have put me in with a single prompt, you chose 2020?
Please, this prompt is killing me. Change it, please. Write something else. Save me. I love everything about him. But please just write a prompt where he's taller than me.
So that's where we're at now. It's pretty messed up, isn't it? They can sure make them look real. So, Denny, yeah, that's right. Actors and actresses are going to be out of work. They didn't put that in the 10 jobs that are going to be replaced. So it's be a lot cheaper, wouldn't it, to just do one with AI and nobody would know the difference. So this culling of the population I talked about earlier. I'm going to just go back to those ostriches in BC for a minute. I'm sure many of you are familiar with what's going on there. Some of you may not be. It's the Canadian Food Inspection Agency that wants to cull these ostriches. They're saying it's because of bird flu. And there was a couple of ostriches died. There's 400 ostriches there. Anyways, they did get infected, but they're healthy birds now. And Japan is using them, mainly the eggs, I think, for culturing vaccines that, I don't know if I can say that on here, it's too late now, shots. Anyways, for the cough and for the bird flu. And these are the traditional ones. Somebody wants those birds gone. Who would want them gone? Maybe one of the big mod, I can't say the whole name on here, but you know the one I mean. They just released the new, and improved ones that they used before. They wouldn't want the traditional ones coming out, would they? So, Marie, let's hope RFK can save them. Yes, the Americans are on it, and that's great. Anyways, they want to go for traditional shots. Somebody doesn't want that happening. To think that they would bring a big drone in the wee hours of the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning, they think, and pop that one right from above straight down. and they took out the biggest one, male rooster. So they really want them gone. So the PSYOPs, they keep saying our birth rates are really low, right? And they don't know what's going on. The birth rates are really low. But it's something, if you look, I'm going to bring this up here just to show you this. This is a map. I think that's it there. Yeah. That's it there. This is a map, and it's of birth rates. Let's see if I can bring that up a bit, increase that size there a bit there. So, whoops. Oh, I lost it. Come back. Where'd it go? It's down here. There. Okay. So, the darker the color, the higher the fertility rates. And of course, the lighter the color, as in, Greenland, Canada, U.S. U.S. is at 1.6 births per couple, or I think that's how they rate that, is, yeah, it's their fertility rate. So 1.6. Canada is 1.3. Russia is 1.4. But look here. Angola in Africa is 5.1. We got Mozambique 4.9. You get some bigger ones though. Congo is 6.1. Chad is 6.1. Nigeria is 6.1. Mali 5.7. Mauritania 5.2. What I'm getting at is, where are all the refugees, so-called refugees, coming from? Where is the replacement coming from? You see, that is our replacements right there. You even get a few over into here. Afghanistan's 4.8, Uzbekistan 3.4, Iraq 3.7. So, yeah, Australia's, where are they? Australia's not doing very good either, 1.5. So some in South America, Brazil 2.5, but not much. So anyways, that, my friends, is where the new migrants are coming from. So doesn't it look like a replacement? But what's going on? Why is the fertility rate so high there and so low in the Western countries? Well, for one thing, in Africa, Middle East, Africa, a lot of them are, their diet is different. They don't have the fast food, the McD's and all these other ones. They don't have the pizza places, the takeout foods, the high chemicals in the children's food and stuff, right? So it's the hidden chemicals in our food that are contributing to the fertility crisis. This is actually by RFK Jr. at Health and Human Services. There's United States, not just U.S., but this is an American article. The United States faces an unprecedented decline in fertility rates. The CDC just reported that birth rates are at historic lows. The total fertility rate, the number of children that American women average over their lifetime, is now at a meager 1.62, well below the 2.1 needed for replacement. Don't worry, the replacements are coming in daily. The public wants to know why. Researchers who have carefully studied the problem have uncovered a surprising factor: the chemicals found in our everyday foods. These chemicals are endocrine disruptors, and a growing body of research links them to reproductive health problems. From hormone imbalances to reduced sperm quality, these hidden threats may play a significant role in the declining birth rates and fertility issues that Americans are grappling with today. The endocrine disruptors are chemicals used in everyday food products. Unseen by the consumer, they mess with our body's most delicate systems. They mimic or block our natural hormones, throwing off the balance and communication that is vital for ovulation as well as sperm and egg quality. The result is infertility. Let's say maybe some of these wild cancers too, and some of the turbo cancers which are brought on by other things. One study shows that men today have 60% less sperm than their grandfather's generation did. The results indicate that if this decline is not reversed, the sperm count in American men will fall to 0 by 2045. It's 20 years, folks. No more. No more Americans. No more Canadians. No more Aussies. Well, to be imported ones. Moreover, men aren't the only ones affected by these hidden chemicals. Diagnoses of hormone imbalances and infertility issues in women have spiked as well. Conditions such as polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, and endometriosis. I'm going to guess at that word. I skipped out on medical school. That's on the rise, and both are thought to be caused by endocrine disruptors in our food. Women have also seen a spike in inflamed ovaries, poor egg quality, and higher miscarriage rates. These conditions may all trace back to some of the most common endocrine disruptors found in food. That's pesticides, preservatives, phthalates, and PFAS. Pesticides and preservatives are two types of chemicals most people are familiar with. Pesticides are commonly sprayed on crops to ward off insects, fungi, and diseases, but their effects don't end there. They often remain on the produce that reaches grocery store shelves and eventually makes its way to our plates. Pesticides have been shown to contain endocrine disruptors that alter male reproductive systems. While the impact on women's fertility and the development of children is still being studied, the connection is clearly significant. So, it's in the food. The record suggests that we should avoid pesticide contamination by opting for organic fruits and vegetables, especially familiar and popular foods like strawberries, spinach, kale, grapes, and peaches. And I say grow your own if you can. Then you know for sure it's organic. Not everybody can, but anybody that can should. Like pesticides, preservatives are added to virtually every food sold to the public. They are designed to extend shelf life and to prevent spoilage and mold. While all artificial preservatives can be harmful to your health, some have been found to have direct impact on fertility. One preservative to watch out for is propylparaben, commonly found in products like pastries and tortillas. Checking labels for this ingredient can be a crucial step in protecting your reproductive health. The phthalates, they're endocrine disruptors. That's in the plastic packaging and other everyday products. They have a long history of reproductive toxicity. They're found in plastics, fragrance, personal care products. Toxic amounts have been found in food itself. It's in stuff like Yoplait, low-fat yogurt, Wendy's crispy chicken nuggets, even Del Monte sliced peaches. It's difficult to say with confidence what foods have phthalates and don't, because they have been shown to get into food through conveyor belts, gloves, and food storage containers. The PFAS, they're the forever chemicals. They're in your food packaging, the fast food packaging, non-stick cookware, and water-resistant clothing. It's a waxy coating of cardboard food containers such as soda cups, wrappers, to-go boxes. So they include a variety of health issues, cancers, liver disease, thyroid dysfunction, most importantly, reduced fertility. The widespread use of PFAS in the environment means that many Americans are exposed to these substances on a daily basis. So with all this going on, it's no wonder that the fertility rate is low, and also the cancer rates and the deaths. Oops, not supposed to say that on here. You gotta catch myself. I'm on YouTube again. I'm not on Rumble. So yeah, at least when you grow your own food, if possible. Like, I don't use pesticides. I will go out and hand pick bugs. If I get squash bugs or something, I'll just pick them off and crush them. But anyways, Phil, you think fluoride damaged your thyroid? I wouldn't doubt that. So, and by the way, Mark Carney, on the sly, of course, the sneaky snake that he is, he signed that agreement, the new WHO agreement on the mandatory free jabs for everybody worldwide. Not a lot of countries said, no way, we're not signing that. U.S. didn't sign it. Trump pulled right out of the WHO. I believe they're right out of it now. But no, Carney couldn't wait to get in there because he's buddies with him, right? So, yeah, he'll sign that. I'll sign that, sure. Yeah, we'll give it to all those people, especially the ones that didn't vote for me. Don't think they know how people voted yet, but we never know with the AI, right? Yeah, he signed us off. So, something to look forward to this fall. I don't know if the, let's see, what are the odds of another even bigger protest? I'd say they're probably pretty good, but they've got the reserves to crush it because they're not using it on the Palestinians, of course. They're letting them have free reign. See, they were blocking the terminal in Toronto for the big food terminal there, second largest in the world, I believe. So, Phil, I heard the same thing. Dentist freezing shots now contain that garbage up. So, they're trying to get it in us any way they can. Emma, London Drugs has fluoride-free toothpaste. Dr. Bonner's toothpaste. That's good to know. Marie, yeah, but the rain is chemical. Yeah. Rain goes through almost osmosis, right, as it's drawn up from the earth, but I know what you're saying because they're spraying it in the air and the rain's bringing it down. So, darned if you do and darned if you don't, eh? So, yeah, this, and then with the AI, we had an issue there. Oh, I can't bring it up now. I might be able to. I'll look and see. We had, no, I don't have it. Go back here. I might be able to bring it up on this other one. This This other computer is so slow. There it is. Yeah, our armed forces, Canadian Armed Forces, were working in the background against us for the last few years, especially the Trudeau years. So I'm trying to wait for this page to load. It's slow. It's like watching paint dry. We've got, yeah, the armed forces, they pulled all kinds of dirty, dirty tricks on us that came to light. And if I had my keyboard here, I'd bring it up on the other computer. Maybe I'll give up on that. Anyways, it came to light that, well, we had the wolves in Nova Scotia, the fake flyers that went around, saying that there were wolves outside and you better stay in your house locked in. That was during the cough. Then they had, what else was it they pulled? I wish I had that article. I was reading it and I know what I can do. I can do it this way. I think I've got it here. These guys, they took this on their own, believe it or not. When the military's pulling stuff on the people and just doing it on their own, just see what's going to happen. No, I don't have it. Okay, it don't matter. I mean, it does matter, but I don't have it, so I can't bring it up. Oh no, what did I do? Close myself out. So anyways, yes. See if I can get back here or there. Close myself out. So anyways, yes. Okay, what was going? There. Yeah, when I mess up, I really mess up. So, okay, so where are we? I'll take a quick look at the chat here. 6 million pension for the dirtbag. I take it you're talking about Trudy. $6 million man. He owes us more than that. Beer sounds good, yeah. So, yeah. Our armed forces are against us. The food industry is against us. The immigration system is against us. The employers are against us because they're getting subsidized for all the workers that come in, new people coming into the country, so-called refugees, and they're getting big subsidies. I think it's 50%. Some of it might even be more than that for the first year. Apprentices are getting, electrical apprentices apparently are getting a pretty good chunk of change when they come in. They're starting their apprenticeship and get all set up nicely if they want to work. If they don't want to work, they're looked after anyways. So, no matter how you look at it, between the population call, the population replacement, medical system is overrun, financial system's overrun. Carney's going to borrow $138 billion or something, isn't it? And he's going to give a bunch of money to Ukraine, of course. And then they want to take the Canada Pension Plan, and I think they want Brookfield managing that, or a subsidiary of Brookfield, I think was a rumor I heard, and I don't think it's really just a rumor. So, can take us out financially, as well as probably a myriad of other ways. Oh boy. Everybody wants to stay home and make babies. Well, they get paid that big bonus, for the babies. If they have $600 a month, half a dozen kids, $3,600. So it's a pretty good coin. Plus what the parents get, the living allowance, but they'll be able to afford the homes from the people that can't afford them. The local people will have to sell their homes, and they can move into one of the carny cabins that they're going to bring in. Those little carny cabins, like Pierre said, no driveway. Don't need a driveway if you not allowed to have a car. The 15-minute city, jam everybody in. So, Lawrence Brookfield owes you money. Severance, termination pay of $19.99. Send Carney a letter. Sharp, yeah, they want our pension plan to invest in their green fantasy. Yes, that'll get rid of it. That'll kill it. See, the U.S. has a green slush fund down there too. I think they were calling it, that they're dealing with. So U.S. and Canada both dealing with them. Denny, heard Brookfield is controlling the CPP too. My generation doesn't matter. We won't get it. Well, I don't know exactly how to answer that. I don't disagree with you. I think it's going to be UBI, because there's not going to be any jobs, because AI is going to be running the show, and the survivors, the ones that they can't call, will be on a UBI, and that'll be just subsistence only. And if you don't toe the line, well, you're out on the street. And you're probably going to have to go find somebody that's got a big enough tarp that you can crawl under and share it, because that's where the people will end up, is out on the street. And the only answer to AI is UBI, Universal Basic Income. So, Canadian National. Imagine Charles and Carney together, two feeble creeps. Charles doesn't belong here. That's why Carney went to have that visit with Charles. That's what that was all about. Getting him to come over. And he's here Tuesday for the throne speech from the throne. He's going to give that. Charles and Carney are Prince Andrew, Epstein, Ghislaine, what was that other weasel over there in the UK that Andrew was hanging out with? A weird looking duck that was with all the kids. I forget his name. It'll come to me. Seville was the guy's name. Marie, who will contribute to UBI? Well, it's going to be digital, right? You're not going to have cash. It'll be digital, so it can be controlled. So it's not really money there, right? So you won't see it. It'll just be you'll have a card, and if you don't act right, it'll just deactivate, or it'll be limited, or whatever they got to do, right? Yeah, Lawrence, Jimmy Seville, yeah. So Starmer. Well, we can include Starmer in there too, Lawrence. That's for sure. That was just a quick, off the top of the list. There's many more, but anyways, that bunch was all together, and they were all within the power groups or whatever. So don't worry, Charles and Carney are looking out for each other. Well, Nick, why are we paying income tax again? Well, that's a good question. The only reason I see is somebody's got to pay for these new folks coming into the country, right? I think isn't that where a lot of it goes? It's definitely not going where it belongs. Our infrastructure is really is hanging on, barely. We've got a lot of bridges, old bridges, and highways and stuff that are being neglected. And don't forget now, your income tax also goes to fill the pockets of a lot of the politicians, right? I mean, we've got a cabinet in power right now that was in power before that was looting the country, and now they're back in to loot more because some idiots put them in. Now I see Pierre was speaking to the caucus, the Conservative caucus today. I watched that, and he said they'd work with the government if they were going to actually bring down the cost of housing and cut back immigration, and he had a list of things there. Good for him. We all know, and he knows, that the government's not going to do what they said, so they won't be working together. So Canadian real estate is in free fall. Nick money's free anyway. Canadian real estate's in free fall, yeah. And I noticed that gold took another hike. It's 4,600 Canadian. I think that's 3,200. It's over 3,000 American anyways. Silver is $46 Canadian. 30 something American. That means our dollar is tanking because gold doesn't go up in value. It's a reflection of the depreciation of the dollar. So that means our currency is failing, but nobody will tell you that. They'll talk about interest rates and well, no, there's that's inflation is under control. Yeah, no, it's not. The price of everything's going up. Container housing for seniors. I seen that Sheila Gunn Reid said they're putting the seniors in dumpsters now. She said, well, it's kind of true, sort of. But yeah, little metal shacks, eh? Pretty sad. Sharp, I seen Block are boycotting the throne speech. They're ticked right off. I don't blame them. They're bringing that king here, the King of Canada. Oh. Lawrence, 217, your house worth $180K, now $420, yeah? Tiny homes in Canada, largest unpopulated landmass in the world. Well, there'd be lots of, well, they put 4 people here now in the city here. If they've got a house on a lot in the city, they can put 4 tiny houses, homes, or whatever on, and it's not even half an acre. It's like what is it, 800 square feet or something? They can put 4 homes in there. I said, look, this is ridiculous. And the people didn't have any say. The people tried to speak up, but the mayor, Mayor Kate, hardcore left-wing nutcase, nope, that's what we're doing. Now, the system won't handle it. You know, the water mains will be undersized, the sewers will be undersized, streets will be congested. They're bad now. They're going to be more. They're going to be dumping. They'll be parking on the streets, which you can't do in the wintertime here. There's no forethought. It's just like, no, we want these people. We want more people in the city. She really wants to bring the population up. So, Marie, can we vote no confidence on the throne speech? Probably can, but the problem is the NDP has just enough, you know, to back the Liberals, and they would, because they don't have any seats. They couldn't. There's no way they could go through another election, and I don't think anybody wants another election. Well, I don't know. I kind of like to see another one right now, but you know, Phil, I'm needing more room. My place is 2,800 square feet. Need more room. Well, I had to have another place. I had to build one out in the woods and off grid. So it's bigger than the one I got here because I built that all myself. It's not huge, but it's got lots of space. It's open. I forget what they call it. Anyways, it's pretty wide open inside. There's 1 bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, living room is combined. It's got a high ceiling, vaulted ceiling. Half of it is, and the back hallway is. And a laundry room. So, and it's got wood heat, solar panels. Everything is 12 volt. So, that's it, open concept. Wide open spaces. And I've got 13 acres of land on the river. That's a dead end road. I'm at the end of the road. Everybody else can stay the hell out of there. I got 1 shed on that property. I got 2 sheds on this one. I got 1 shed on that property, and I'm in the process of building another one. So, and when I built that one, I put steel roof and steel siding, so it's maintenance free. I don't have to touch it. So, buy some old Army surplus mess tents, yeah. So, this division that they've created, and like I say, you got the awake and you've got the lost. And the lost, they're wandering around. They're wandering around lost. They're totally oblivious to everything that's going on. And I don't think that's a good thing at all. Some of them do. Some of them just say, I don't care, I don't want to hear it, I don't care. Well, good. Let the weak ones be taken out first. But I don't know, it's hard to be in their mindset, They'll hang together. I mean, so do we, but we're the ones that maybe not us personally, but the ones that are awake are the ones that are going to make it. The other thing is, there's a generation coming up now, or coming up soon, maybe not right now, but soon, I think some are right now, generation that is going to be awake, and that some will be born awake. There'll still be a few lost ones, but the majority are going to be awake because they're going to see through the multiple genders, the transgenders, all that stuff, right? They're going to look at this. People, as a general rule, there's a pretty good percentage of people that are pretty smart. And when all this stuff starts going into free fall, these generations coming up are going to see it, and they're going to say, no, that's wrong. So there's huge hope for those younger ones, but it's up to them, because there's a big void right now between us and them. So, and I wish them well. I think I don't know. Like, what do you folks think? I got to ask you folks. Do you think do you think that the a change of government will be radical enough change, or do you think it's just going to be middle of the road, trying not to step on toes? Like, you know what I'm saying, right? If the Conservatives go in, do you think they'll actually make a big change, or are they going to try not to tick off too many? I know they're going to go against the Palestinian hordes. I'm pretty sure of that. Faye, your grandsons are awake, 10 and 7. Good. And Emma, your boys too, right on. You folks are doing good. You're looking after the young ones. Nick, the awake have kids and the woke don't? Good point. Lawrence, are all corrupt and following the UN narrative. The UN is the biggest curse. I said years ago we should be out of the UN, out of the WHO, WEF, all those alphabet groups. NATO's sketchy. Got Turkey in there. Emma, Mr. Magoo in the middle. Yeah. Emma, if any good changes, it'll have to be awake citizens holding them to account constantly. And yeah, we're outnumbered. We're fighting two fronts, though, right? We're fighting the lost, and we're fighting the radicals. These Gazan protesters. I slip once in a while and call them Palestinian. There is no Palestine. There is no Palestine. And that's not a real flag. They're Gazans. These people are supporting Gazans. Nick, well, Canada will be over soon. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to break apart. And every province for itself. They have the libtarded Senate against them. True enough, that Senate is horrible. And the problem is it should be elected. And the Governor General should get a boot out. We don't need one. Get rid of it. Get rid of the king. Phil, based on track record, Conservatives put up their feet immediately after winning majority of Stephen Harper. Denny, I feel bad for the younger generation. Yeah, me too. Phil, Harper banned incandescent bulbs. Did he? I didn't realize that. That was Harper. That sounds something like Trudeau would do, but Harper got the jump on him, I guess, eh? Lawrence, goal. 10 continental zones, yeah. Phil, Conservatives are better only by percentages. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Emma, why isn't my electric bill not less? I know. Nick, Club of Rome, yeah. Wexit, that's coming. Phil, gas 140 there. Yeah, that's what it is here. I think we're 139.9, so that's 140. I like the way they do that. Oh, gas is 139.9. No, it's not. It's 140. Where's that other penny going? How come they don't round up? We don't have pennies. Why do they do that at pumps? It's a psyop, I tell you. So, and yeah, this is going to be very interesting here coming up in the next few months. I'll say this year, because we get a lot of stuff offshore. We don't manufacture anything here in Canada that to speak of. You know, I think we got a chocolate two chocolate companies here. One is local, Ganongs. They've been here forever, and the other one is from Syria, Islam. They got some money from the government to start up, and everybody supported them because they felt sorry for them. So, bleeding hearts. And I still have old light bulbs stacked up on them, and incandescents were introduced. So did I. I got a bunch of them here, 40s and 60s. Conservatives. Harper promised to repeal all lib gun control, then only scrapped the long gun registry. True. And then it came right back in with Trudy. And I think that's what Pierre is talking about too. You see, Pierre's sketchy on that. He doesn't say anything like, is it just going to be like wooden stocks? Black plastic ones, will they still be banned? Or synthetic? We don't know. I mean, I had this woman I did a little job for, and somehow she was hard-nosed, left-wing nut. That's the one that said, when I told her, I said, she gave me the plastic kitchen catcher bag, and I said, well, good thing they got rid of all those single-use bags, isn't it? Well, she just went right off on it. Well, they were all hanging in the trees and filling the ditches up, and oh yeah, right. And then she said, right out of the blue, she come back, something about the gun ban. I said, well, that's pretty stupid. Well, people could have one, just one. Okay. Maybe I get a machine gun. No, I didn't say that. Anyways, just one. Oh, okay. I said, but that doesn't work. You need different calibers for different things. Oh, well, she got kind of messed up. She didn't even know what I was talking about, I don't think. And then she said, well, nobody needs a hand. I don't even know if I can say it on YouTube, right? You know what I'm saying, right? And I said, well, what about the Olympic teams? Well, she didn't know about that. And I said, well, what if it's only bad guys that got them? You know, the only defense is a good guy. Well, that was over her head too. She didn't know what to think about that. She was getting more and more confused, so we shut down the conversation. You know what I mean? It's not hard to confuse them because all they've got is a few talking points, and once you add more talking points, then they don't know what to say. They don't have answers. So Phil, yeah. Emma, you saw a woman at West Ed Mall dancing with her elbows up. She must have been off her meds, eh? Lawrence, pray, pray, pray. It's only going to get worse. Pray that Father God covers you with a hedge of protection. Plead the blood of Jesus over yourselves. Anoint your property against the evil one. Oh, yeah, it's not looking good out there. We got, how long do we have? We got 1 year to be a referendum within a year in Alberta and possibly, maybe, probably Saskatchewan on separation. It won't happen that quick, the actual separation, but the wheels will be in motion. The government's going to last a year, unfortunately, because, I mean, there's no way that the NDP are going to vote a non-confidence. I can see the Bloc possibly, and the Conservatives, but not the NDP. They got to try to build a party. They got to get a leader and try to build a party up. So we've got to hang in there for, I'm thinking 2 years. I hate to say that. Sharp, Saskatchewan is ready. Yeah, but it takes a while getting through Ottawa and all that stuff, right? So, from what I understand, anyways. Nick, gluescap will save me. I haven't heard that term for a long time. Gluescap, native. I think that's maritime, isn't it? I think. Atlantic Canada. I don't know where I read that. Was it, I don't know if they taught it in school or if it was just something I read on my own. Probably something I read on my own. Nick, guys, we're still living under the 1,000-year Reich at this point. NDP's broke. Yeah, they got to sell their headquarters, I think, eh? Singh did a good job destroying everything between him and Trudeau. Did anyone see the turnout for the Jews and Israel in Toronto? I caught a little bit of it. I seen a comment there. Somebody said, Ezra, you're exaggerating. It's not thousands that are there. It's just hundreds. And I said, well, I replied and I said, well, last year it was 50,000. I think it'll be the same this year or possibly more. And then I got a reply later that said there's actually 56,000 showed up. So, but see what they did. They basically kettled them. They took the Palestinian, the Gazan supporters, goofs. There's about 100 of them, and they lined them up on both sides of the street, blocked off the 2 lanes, and the Israel support parade, or whatever they call it, had to go down the middle. It was just like going through a gauntlet, being screamed at and hollered at as they went through, And that was what the Toronto police did. And the first thing they did was they arrested that independent journalist, a woman from Toronto there, or Ontario, and right off the bat, because she was filming the protesters, so they cuffed her and hauled her away for no reason. She wasn't in there bothering them, she was just recording them. They don't like her, they got her number, the police, and I seen them, they hauled one protester away. That's it that I seen, so we'll see. Yeah. So anyways, it's good the numbers went up. The police, as we know, especially the Toronto police, are very biased. And they're not for the Canadians. So, and that comes right from the top down. And that one, I don't know if you caught the video that that Menzies did with the guy that got assaulted there. The police watched it. It was in front of a hotel or something where a bunch of drug addicts, where they stay. And the cops didn't do anything. They just stood there and watched it. And the guy was an ex-cop, actually. But they don't like him. The police don't like him, apparently, because he's he's got a YouTube channel and he's putting out information on what's going on, and they don't like that. And he knows the inside scoop. Speaking of scoop, Sam Cooper, he come out with something there too. And what the heck was that? I got a few minutes left. What the heck was Super Scooper saying? As soon as my mail comes up here, I can take a look. I've seen it, and it might be gone. Yeah, it's gone. Then I'm not going to go searching for it, I don't think. It's right here. What was it? He's always got something good. Oh, there it is, the Bureau. Oh, yeah, this is with Mark Carney. The CCP, Chinese Communist Party, tied group that met Carney joined 2019 United Front Gala at Weiwei Mission with liberal insiders months before the casino raid. They raided the casino. And he's got a bunch of pictures there of the casino and all the big wheels sitting around. And this was new evidence that just come out. And it says the Jiangsu Commerce Council of Canada, the Chinese Communist Party linked business group at the center of a controversial meeting with Prime Minister Mark Carney during his leadership campaign, was among the key attendees of a lavish Lunar New Year gala in January 2019. Attended by senior Liberal Party organizers and hosted by Weiwei. So Carney's been hanging around with the CCP for many years. And no big deal. It's only communists, right? So I always thought only places like Mexico had corrupt cops. Cove taught me real quick I was wrong. That's what Cooper was reporting on that latest one anyways, was ties to the CCP. And Marie, does JT have security at this time? He'll have security for the rest of his life. We'll be paying for it. Big security too. Because he's impotent. He'd be crazy not to. Apparently our government doesn't cover security for ex-leaders. Well, they do, and Harper turned it down. So they do, I think. I'm pretty sure now. I might be wrong, but I know it was offered to Harper and he turned it down. Harper also only took one pension. He didn't take both. I don't know which one he took, but anyways, of course, Trudeau took every penny he can get. So, he's impotent. Yeah. So anyways, I'm sure he's got some RCMP hanging around with him. I feel sorry for them. I'm stuck with that guy all the time. Carney is a communist. He supported Marx in his book Values. Yes, you're right. Good point. UNDRIP is implemented. You guys follow Ron Valiant. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Ron Valiant. I don't even know where is he, Nick? He's probably on Facebook, I bet. That's probably why I haven't seen anything from him. So I don't do Facebook, really. Even though I have a Facebook page, but that's just for people to post on. And they can put anything they want on there. I don't care because I don't think they'll shut me down because I don't post. It's just other people's comments, so that's the way I get around it. On YouTube, eh? There's so much on YouTube right now. It's all Ron Valiant, is he? I think he's from Ontario, is he? I'm trying to place him because this is going back for me a long time since I've heard anything about Ron Valiant. So it seems to me, I think Ontario. There's some really good people on YouTube now, really good channels on there. And I watch a lot of them. Phil, hard to cover all the crap, endless, ongoing, I know. Oh, BC and Alberta. BC, okay. Okay. Ron thinks Trump attempt was a scam. I don't think so. I don't think so. I've seen people throwing that out there, but no. People get shot in behind there. One guy died. So, and then I seen somebody say, oh yeah, well, they just sacrificed one. I don't know. I really don't think so. So, anyways, maybe that's something we'll never know. But I think I'm going to shut it down. I appreciate everybody being on here. And we'll do it again next week. And it might be a little shorter. I don't know. We'll see how it goes here. I've had discussion and we'll see. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the little clips on the AI and a little heads up there on artificial intelligence that, you know, kind of look at what is going on out there. Those videos look so real. You would never know the difference by looking at them. I wouldn't anyways. So, okay. Like I say, once again, thank you very much for joining in, and we'll see you all next week. You take care and have a wonderful week out there. You know, don't get down. There's always a bright side somewhere. You just got to find it. Bye for now. God bless.